Hi, welcome to this Pen Publishing Interactive Flipper Site Developer CMS video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create and set up a form. So let's get started. As you can see, I'm already logged into my Flipper site. First thing you need to do is you need to create a form section. For the purposes of this video, I've already created my form. As you can see it here on the screen, it's pretty blank, there's nothing there. However, I will still walk you through the steps on creating a new form. First thing you need to do is go to Sections, then click Add New. Once you click Add New, you will have this interface. Type in the form name. And this is the menu title. It will also create the URL for the form and the title, which is what shows up on the tab of the form page. You can add a section image if you would like. Next thing you need to do is, if you want the form to be under a certain section of your website, you can do that here. So for instance, if you want this form to be under your services page, you can just click it there and it'll become a child of that page. Then you have the option to show it in the menu as always visible, automatic, or never visible. I'm just going to leave that as auto, and I want mine to be on the welcome. Next thing you need to do is you need to select the form section type. Depending on the version of Flipper that you have all these different types of sections. So for a form, just select the form section, and then you can add a section description. So when you're done, just hit save. Again, I already did this earlier to speed things up here. I named mine Form Contact Form Tutorial, and as you can see, the interface is the same. So the next thing we need to do is we need to go to the Form Elements tab. Once you click on the Form Elements, you will have two new tabs. One is Settings and one is Fields. So let's walk through the settings real quick. Who will the form email come from? So when someone submits the form online, an email is sent out. What email address will be used? In our situation is webmaster@penpublishing.com. When the form is submitted, you have these options: to send email to administrators, save responses to database, send email to administrators and save responses to database, send email to administrators with attachment and save responses to database. This is a preferential thing. If you want to know more detail on each one of these and what they do, you can just roll over the information icon here. For my purposes, I'm just going to hit send email to administrators. I'm going to add who I want to get this form to go to when a form is submitted online. And I'm going to add my email and say I want my sales team to receive it as well. So you can add whoever you want to receive these emails just by simply, separating by a comma, or you can do line breaks. Then what should the subject for that email be? Form submission from website, whatever you want it to be. Next, what happens once the form is submitted by the user? Do you want to, well, the first option is do not send any confirmation to the email user. You can send confirmation to the user that submitted the form with the text below. If you click this, you have these options open up. You can create a subject line for that and whatever copy you want for them to receive. You can also send the confirmation email to the user that submitted the form with the actual responses or the data they submitted and the text below. For our purposes, I'm not going to send anything here. I'm just going to say do not send any confirmation. What about display confirmation? Once they submit it, I just want you can simply just say display successful message without submitted responses. So it will just say thank you. Display a successful message with the submitted responses. So thank you plus whatever data they submitted. Or if you have a thank you page or a different page that you would like to redirect them after they submit it, you can select this and either select it from your current site, or if it's an external site, you can add that there. If you have a form and you are collecting payment, you can click on here, and in order for this to work, you have to have a payment gateway set up in Flipper. For our purposes, we had authorize.net. On this form, I will need that. Just wanted to show you that. So I'll click that off. Now Now, this is very important if you want to protect your form from spam. Flipper Site Developer CMS has this enable robot protection option. You can click on it and you have 3 different modes of protection: CAPTCHA, invisible text box, and minimum timeout. Again, if you roll over the information icon, you can read more detail about each. For me, I'm just going to leave it as invisible text box. And then if you want to change the submit button text, you can change that here. I'm going to leave this alone for now, and I'm going to hit save. So once you configure all your settings, the next step is to add fields to your form. And all you got to do is click fields. In my form, it's going to be very simple. I'm just going to add a name, an email, and a text box for people to submit a message. So once you click fields, hit add new field. And then you can click select single. I'm going to select single line text box. When I do this, I am going to just put name. And there's no specific format for name. I can also encrypt and save user input value in the database if that's something that I want to do. In order for this to work, you must select send email to administrators and save responses to database. But just know that you have that option. You can also add help text. Again, it's just a name, so we don't need that. You can display this field inline or stack it. And you can make it required, and you can change the length of the character length and the width of the field. I'm just going to leave those alone for now. Hit save. And then I'm going to add another field. And this field is going to be email. So again, single line text box. Click email. And this one I do want to put email, select email address in the expected format so that it checks that it is a proper email or format for email. Again, I can same settings. I'm just gonna, this one I do want to make required, so I'm just gonna leave that. And if you just hit required and you click in it, it's gonna automatically write what it will say when someone does not submit an email, but you can change that to whatever you like. And then the next field I'm going to add is just a generic text box for people to submit a message. I'm going to select a multi-line text box. And I'm going to put your message or request. And again, I'm not going to make it required. I'm going to hit save. Now I've added a name, email, and your request, your message or request. Pretty simple to do. Now I'm going to go over my form, which is from facing. I'm going to reload it. And I have my 3 fields there. So I want to test this form without being logged in. Currently I'm logged in, so I have it different browser. And I'm going to hit reload here. Okay, I'm going to start testing it. Once I submit it, as you can see, it has a thank you message that we set up in the form. So that's pretty much it. That's how easy it is to create a form in Flipper Site Developer. Hopefully you found this beneficial. If you have questions or want to know more about our products and services, please find more information at penpublishing.com. You can send us an email at sales@penpublishing.com. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, a like or a follow would be greatly appreciated. You can find us there as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you again for watching, and until next time.